Ah, goodness. How are we feeling on this Thursday? That wasn't planned. I had to go and run something inside the house, but I hope you're feeling great. I know, like, the week after a holiday can kind of feel a little wonky getting back into your routine, but I hope since it's Thursday, you are back at it and doing great. I am feeling great, pretty accomplished. I had a report earlier this week on WIBW. I have another one coming out maybe tonight. We're kind of working through what's best for their plans, but it's just awesome. And other projects too in mind. So I feel wonderful there. I wish though sometimes that I just had more time, Do you ever feel like that? Like if I only had like another hour, another 5 hours or whatever it is to get things done. But, my day's limited and certainly regulated by bosses and children and all the things. And that's okay. Like I think life makes life interesting and you just got to roll with it. And here we are rolling along. The weekend is in sight. I'm so stoked for that. I am thrilled to work on a couple of things today. And it was so fun. Like yesterday, I'm in studio and I'm surrounded by like a lot of young journalists in my newsroom. And I really love seeing their work because I really do think the future is bright. I know some people have their thoughts on journalism and where it's going, and I just feel like local journalism, it's very valued. Obviously, when we have, like, for example, like the situation in Texas with all the flooding and stuff, sad situation. But local journalism to the community there, I mean, how important is that right now to hear information from, these reporters are talking to the sheriff's office, to the National Weather Service, to all these really important people about the what's next. And while the flood may not affect everyone in that area in Central Texas, my goodness, it's certainly something that people want to learn about and to figure out. And I feel like even here in Kansas, we're very invested in it too, because it's just such a sad story. The search for, gosh, 150, 160, 170 people. And so every day that'll get better. But, as the days pass, there's more complications. And then you have the first responders and all the people with the recovery, it's exhausting. So just all these layers. But the journalists, I feel like the boots on the ground, whether they're assisting or reporting or whatever, they're so important. And that to me is like the instance where I hope people do understand of why we should invest in journalism. And, some people get frustrated by, and I feel fortunate, like local TV doesn't do this yet, but, the Wichita Eagle, for example, nothing wrong with them, or even like national publications, you have a paywall, you have to be a member, a subscriber, or whatever. And some people get very frustrated by it, but I'm like, but that's how those people get paid. And years ago, they didn't have to have that. They didn't need that paywall. But, that was because they had advertisers. They had people who were buying the papers. They had an income that was feeding this other thing, their paychecks to their staff. And now that's shifted a little bit. So I think everyone's getting creative with what we're lacking, but I hope this industry doesn't fizzle. I don't think it will. I mean, in the instance of that weather event in Texas and the things that we've seen here, Plevna, all these different communities that have had tornadoes. I mean, it's just, that's important. These strong weather events. I think we have severe weather in the forecast in the coming days. I don't know how really bad it is, but those are moments where I think it really is important. So I hope that we invest in the future for our community, for those young journalists. And, for me, I really love being a mentor to them and guiding them and encouraging them and telling them, hey, you are doing great, because I feel like so many of them do. The expectations for a young journalist these days is pretty heavy. And that's just because we have, unfortunately, you and me, we consume, news in about every place possible. So we have the TV, we have social media, we have Amazon's smart devices and stuff, our Echo Dots or whatever, all those things. I don't know if a lot of places do updates like that. They have radio that they have to go and prepare for. In addition to online stuff, it's just like layer, 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 layer. And, think about it. In the 90s, you just had like one thing you focused on, and that was the television. So, yeah, I don't know. The future, I think, is very good with this business, but it does make me reflect and make me think. But I'm thinking of the positive, and I'm so excited for the future for not just me, but for the young journalists in front of me. So for young journalists watching, you're doing wonderful. I'm so excited to see you on TV and whatever other platform you're on. And I think that the way you're innovating content and turning content is really wonderful. And I can't wait to see what's next for you. The future really is bright.